Oh, baby.
It was a weak one.
Get the other one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
my gosh.
That was a bang.
Not bad, yeah.
Whew.
So how you guys been?
Been good. Been good. It's a good week. Lots of exercise. I ended up not playing volleyball this week, but still, it's
Okay.
nice. I've been exercising in the morning. That makes me feel really good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
In the sun? A little bit?
No,
Oh,
out here,
okay.
indoors. Yeah. I like your new haircut.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. I always go really short. And,
Not as short as me.
yeah. Yeah. Someday.
No, I hope not. You're fine. You look good with hair. It's fine.
Thank you.
He's getting.
Yeah, I'll
there.
get there.
Do I say what say it or like?
It's
nah.
the truth. It's the truth, bro. It's okay.
Yeah. But you'll still take a while, so it's fine. Zuki's also getting there, so it's good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got like a huge list of things I want to talk about, you know.
Damn,
I sent
what?
to Tyler, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So one thing, since like last week, I've been getting into orcas, killer whales. They do,
Okay.
because they're like such fascinating creatures, you know.
Mhm.
They have culture and languages. If one pod meets the other pod, they can't actually communicate with each other. And
Oh really?
they have other fascinating things, you know, like the way they hunt is crazy. So they're able to kill like huge whales.
Mm.
The way they do that is they just swim over the whale, so the whale can never go up to get more air.
So it suffocates.
Drowns, yeah.
Shit.
And
Wait,
then-
how does that happen?
so the whale, it needs to come up, get air, go back down,
Yeah.
right?
Because
so,
whales are mammals.
right.
They breathe air.
Whoa.
They're not fish.
Dang.
Yeah.
So the orcas just, keep swimming over them, and they're like force them to stay down, and like they can't come up to get air, and they just drown.
Jeez.
They also hunt great white sharks, and then the only thing they eat from there is just the liver, and then they just leave the rest of the animal just dying.
Why? Is it like a delicacy, or
I guess so.
or maybe they actually like need the nutrients specifically? Like there's a nutrition value in the liver of the shark that they need.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, ask it. Great, man. They're like water pandas. You know, like I saw like in when I was a kid, like maybe like 4 or 5 years old, we went to a Moscow's zoo, and they actually just like here they have dolphins. There they have orcas
Oh wow.
doing a performance.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a huge pool, and it's also like a huge zoo. Like you get lost there for the whole freaking day.
Mm.
And you never get tired. And they also have like arcade games with the water, like water guns and this and this. It's a lot of fun, but it's huge as damn, huge as fuck.
I heard Moscow is really nice.
It is big. It's also nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like somebody on Instagram takes like when she like goes on in like a car or something like that. She'll like take videos. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking about the orcas and like just what the most interesting facts on orcas are.
Mm-hmm.
This Gemini, sponsored by Gemini.
We want to be sponsored by Gemini. This is what it's like. He's a wannabe. He's like fake it till you make it. You know.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Everybody has their own
I
way.
keep trying to tell my girlfriend, just fake it.
You have a girlfriend now?
No.
I know what you mean. We'll talk about that later.
My AI girlfriend.
Yeah, girlfriend, right. Okay.
Are you Japanese? Are we in Japan now?
I wish. That's also something that's been of interest to me lately.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Loneliness? Suicide?
No.
Antidepressants?
No. Like kawaii culture. Like
Okay.
like vaporwave.
Right.
I mean, it's so it just seems like it comes from Japan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe before I go to the orca
Mhm.
thing, I tell you what I've been interested in lately. It's been like finding a nerd girlfriend, you know, and just nerd culture in general. So I was thinking about like researching nerd topics, you know, like just in general. I like vaporwave, like tech nerd stuff, and yeah, like I don't know, all the nerd stuff.
You know, you can just like put like an interesting video game or one of those like ugly fluffs, you know, like with a really scary smile nowadays. Like there's a really ugly-ish toy that's like with a scary smile. Like you put one of those things on a fishing rod, like just throw it into the crowd and
Okay.
pull it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it.
That's great.
Okay.
And you're gonna have like 5 girls hanging on there, and then like you get to choose.
Yeah, we'll do that when we have maybe a unnatural selection in the wild podcast, right?
Yeah.
Like,
On Pink
let's
Street.
let's note this. Yeah, on Pink
Yeah,
Street.
okay.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm down, yeah.
Dude, yeah, let's do it, but let's start the like doll all the way on the other side of Pink Street and try to all
Push
the way
it.
through. Yeah.
To see who grabs it.
Yeah.
Somebody like
Yeah, they will.
somebody's gonna be smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah,
But we can try.
yeah,
We can document it.
yeah. We may have to bribe them. Like, don't stomp this out. We'll like pay like €1 every time it
A
gets
shot.
back to us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bribing them already.
Okay, tell us about orcas.
Okay. Whoa. Researchers have documented that in specific regions, including South Africa, Mexico, and Australia, orcas have learned to hunt great white sharks, specifically targeting their livers. It is a fascinating example of their high-level intelligence and cultural learning. Here's a breakdown of why they do it and a few other remarkable facts about these apex predators.
Mm.
We don't think about them as apex predators, but
They are, yeah.
Right.
yeah, they look so cute.
They do, yeah.
Yeah,
And they don't hunt humans, which makes them cuter.
that's nice.
Yeah. It's nice.
Why? We're not interested in it?
Yeah, dude. That's something else that I want to get into. but
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
go for it.
Okay. The liver eating phenomenon. Nutrient density for orcas. The liver of a great white shark is massive and incredibly rich in fats, oils, and calories. To an orca, it is essentially a superfood that provides much more energy than the rest of the shark, which is mostly cartilage and indigestible material. Surgical precision. Orcas are so skilled at this that they have been observed using echolocation, which acts as a biological ultrasound to see inside the shark. This allows them to precisely target the liver and extract it with surprising speed and accuracy. Tonic immobility.
Mm.
To avoid the shark's powerful jaws, orcas use a clever tactic. They flip the shark upside down. This induces a state of tonic immobility, a form of paralysis that lasts for about a minute. This gives the orcas a safe window to incapacitate the shark and remove the organ. Learned behavior. This isn't a universal orca trait. It is a specialized hunting technique that is learned and passed down through specific pods. It reflects the distinct cultures that exist between different orca groups. Other remarkable facts about orcas. They are actually dolphins. What?
What? Interesting.
Orcas are actually dolphins? What? Despite being called killer whales, orcas are the largest member of the dolphin family.
Mm.
Their name was originally whale killers, given by sailors who observed them hunting large whales in groups.
Mhm.
Over time, the name evolved into killer whale. Unique languages and culture. Different ecotypes or groups of orcas have their own distinct dialects, hunting strategies, and social rules. A pod of orcas in the Pacific Northwest may have zero interest in the same prey as a pod of the coast of Antarctica. These behaviors are culturally transmitted, meaning they are taught by elders to the younger generation. Half-brain sleeping.
Oh.
Whoa. Orcas are continuous breathers. They have to decide to breathe, unlike humans who do it automatically.
Okay.
To rest without drowning, they use unihemispheric sleep, where only one half of their brain sleeps at a time, while the other half remains alert to monitor for threats and control breathing. Okay. Menopause and wisdom. Orcas are one of the very few species on Earth, along with humans and a few other whale species, that go through menopause. Older female orcas are often leaders of the pod. Their survival is crucial because they act as libraries of knowledge, guiding the group to food sources during times of scarcity and teaching younger members complex hunting maneuvers. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Extreme longevity. Because they live in stable, highly social groups where they share food and protect one another, orcas can live remarkably long lives. Females in particular can live to be 80 or 90 years old, rivaling human lifespans. Okay,
Damn.
that's a lot.
And that's without medicine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the shark liver, bro.
Shark liver.
Damn.
That's what we gotta get on.
Right?
Forget the fruits, Tyler. Let's get on the shark liver.
Forget the fruits. Imagine Tyler going to, I need to hunt for a shark now. Grabs his spear and shit.
So yeah, like this one thing. So
Tell me.
like about orcas, right? Like because they all have the different cultures, right? Like in Asia, people eat rice. Europe, they eat bread, wheat, and like you said, they have different diets. Orcas, different cultures have different diets, and they're one of the only two species that actually pass down information to the younger ones, not through only DNA, which is how all other animals do it, but through like what they say and what they teach them. So one theory is that they don't attack humans because something happened in the past, maybe humans hunted them or something. So they've been taught by their elders to not fuck with the humans.
Oh, okay.
So
Do they avoid them? They don't hunt them, but do they avoid them?
So that's strange. They actually, in the wild, they've actually helped humans. So once some researchers got lost, I think in the Atlantic Ocean, and there was a lot of fog, and a couple of like a group of orcas, they helped guide them to the shore.
Oh, nice.
So it's I don't know, it's a mystery.
So the thing is, like, as he said, like the rest of the shark is mostly like cartilage and not digestible. So this is what might be to them. It's like we are not just like a worthy source of food.
Maybe.
So it's just like we don't have enough of what they need
Right.
to be worth the effort.
But
So
they
it's-
love eating other mammals. So they're known to hunt seals.
Fat.
They love seals.
So that's the thing.
Right,
like,
fat. Yeah,
Maybe it's like look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, no, you're super lean, but yeah, but they get a
So
fat one.
there's no fat. Sorry, man.
They can be
And I'm
fat
Russian,
humans,
so
man.
my liver is also like half screwed already.
Maybe that's it. Yeah,
Damn. Would they be interested in Zuki?
that's what I was thinking.
Ah!
I thought they would. But we don't want to get into that, right?
Why
Like,
not?
he's not here.
Well, yeah, he's also been exercising.
Guys, let's cut the racist jokes, okay?
So
Not
it's,
racist. It's like
Fat
fat
I know, I'm
shaming.
kidding. I know,
It's
I
fat
know,
shaming.
I know.
It's fat shaming is fine. Racist no.
Okay. Yeah. That's
I
interesting.
actually want to get into racism
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
later.
Interesting.
Not racism, but like
Bias.
Indian Bangladeshi. Yeah, I had an idea to like set up a not like employee-owned company, and like because I was thinking like starting with like Bolt drivers. It's like, well, most of them are either Pakistani or Indian or Bangladeshi, and yeah, this is something that I've been dreaming of.
I don't really get it. Get
This
more.
week. Okay,
Yeah,
so-
explain it more.
My idea is like very simple. It's like I'm working on an impact investment project, and my idea is like if everything goes well, by the end of the year, I'm gonna make like 200K, right? The thing is, if I just receive that money on my bank account, I will have to like go and pay taxes, right? But if I just open a company and pass a receipt to my client as in name of the company, and then I can just like use that money to buy cars, for example, and then hire people to drive those cars, I like the amount. There's not going to be like a lot of profit on which I will have to like pay taxes, right? And my idea was like, okay, like 200K, I will probably buy like 4 Tesla Model 3, right? Like, and my idea is like, I would like, on one hand, I would like to maximize on profit, but on the other hand, I rather like, I actually would prefer to hire more people. So instead of like, ideally, I would only hire 4 people, so like 1 person per car. But in this particular case, I can actually hire 2 people per car. So like one guy drives the car, let's say like from 4 a.m. till like 2 p.m. and then like they charge it for an hour, and then the next guy grabs the car and like drives the car from 3 p.m. until like 1 a.m. like 10 hours max, right? Like so like 2 people per car, and they have to like coordinate all that stuff. But my idea would be like, I would actually like, instead of like whoever posts like on OLX in job descriptions, they usually say like, oh, we do like a 50-50 split or 45% split. Like in my particular case, like I actually want them like to take 90% of what they make to them. So like my cut will only be like 10%, like after like paying for the car, insurance, all the inspection, all the stuff. And another thing that I wanted is actually like to sort of start to like set up communities. So like first of all, like I was thinking like, instead of making it like sort of like fully capitalistic business, how can I make it like a human-centered business? So this is what I was like just brainstorming and like daydreaming about it. And my idea was like, okay, like I want them like to have like, if they have issues, I also will be paying them therapy. So like each of them is gonna get like 1 hour therapy like in their like original language.
It's funny because you started this with racism, but this is very far from it.
Yeah. Because like we joke about Zuki as like racist jokes and all of that stuff. But in this particular case, it's like I want to. Each of them will get also like a therapist, so like 1 hour therapy and 1 hour coaching, right? So like I also like want them like to be able to like in coaching in therapy that they will be dealing with like family issues and like relationship issues, whatever stuff, triggers, so they can navigate the world better. And coaching is going to be like, okay, like what are your dreams? Like let's like face that. And also in addition to that, like I want them to also sort of co-own the company. And what I mean about that is like for each year that they will work at the company, they will receive like 1,000 euros in shares of the company. And then like as the company grows, of course they're going to be like each year they're going to be getting like less shares, but it's still going to be like the same 1,000 years. So like somebody who worked at the company for 10 years, like by the end of 10 years, they own at least 10,000 euros in shares of the company. So it's also for their benefit to like, oh, we need like to recruit more drivers, or we need that. So like they bring value, like good connections and good referrals. So it's like, because it's out of their interest, because maybe like if they work for 10 years, like maybe the money that the dividends that eventually that will pay is going to be like maybe half of the retirement fund, right? And the next level to that is like eventually I also want to start getting like, okay, like what are the businesses, like so this I have like this boat business, right? Like I don't know, like at this point maybe like 10 cars, so 20 people driving it. So like eventually like, okay, now the cars also need servicing, so eventually I will take some of the money and invest it into mechanics. So I will purchase a mechanic shop that will serve us, right? Like they will also serve other people, but like that way, they will only charge. So to set up another company, it's sort of like under the same umbrella group, and they will only charge the cost of actual like taking care of the cars. So like that company will not be making profit out of us because it's sort of like the same philosophy. And then I also want to get into real estate. So like these guys, they also need a place to live, and this is like very hard to find in Lisbon. Like prices like are tremendously. So my idea is to actually like buy a building, I don't know, like 5-story building with apartments, with like really big apartments, like 5 to 7 room apartments, and then like people who work at the company, they also live there. And another idea, like I don't know if like in India they have this job where the guy's like redistributing food, like lunch. It's like this guy, he's carrying like a huge thing, like with like 20 lunches, something like that. So like my idea is also like to make sure that they are well fed. So like I will also get a restaurant. So I also like will need to like figure out the schedule. So a guy who starts working at like 4 a.m., his lunch needs to arrive to him like at 3:30 maximum. So like so I'm gonna have a bunch of motorcycles who's gonna be and because these guys live in one block, they pretty much come and they're like, hey, like, so today lunch is this, and like he gives the people their lunch, right? So some people eat meat, some people eat vegetarian, because I also want them to eat well, right? So I will also like take the restaurants, like, and they will get like home cooked, like really good food, and they will take it and all of that stuff. And the idea is to sort of like to grow it from there. And it's like, and also like when they live in their apartments, right? Like when they rent out the room, I will rent out the rooms for their original price. So like by purchasing the apartment from the bank, how much is the loan? And then like of course I will subtract like the maintenance costs of that apartment building or whatever the case is. And then like I will only charge them like the price of the room, so like without profit, because the idea is like to make this bigger, so like it's sort of like co-owned. So instead of each of the services that these guys purchase, like food and doctors and therapy and dentists and real like home living, like I don't want them to be paying an inflated market price. I want them to be just paying like, okay, what does it cost? Like only the cost price. And in that way they will be able like to have more money, to bring families. I will also help them like to get the documents they need, all of that stuff. And the idea is like to sort of like create this community of people. Like eventually I will also need to learn either Bengali or Hindi. So that's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna be like a gringo between like a bunch of these guys. But this is what I was thinking is shit, like it's like if I hire like hardworking people, like the first like 5 to 10 people working on this need to be like really hardworking, like really good values, because these people are gonna sort of set up the system for everything else. And then my God, like it's gonna be growing. We're gonna be getting more cars, and eventually like how do we like distinguish the cars from everybody else? I actually want to like put like sick decals on the cars, like fire decals, you know, like. So you have a Tesla with a fire on it. It's like, so you know, if you walk around the city, you know, oh, like that is our car, you know, like you see those cars, and eventually like, okay, like if I will also like the best guys, if we ever get like chauffeur services, like, so I will also set up a company for that. So it's like people need like to be delivered to the airport or from the airport, like all of this stuff, or like somebody wants to rent out a limousine, like these special requests per se. Like I will look at the ranks. It's like, okay, like who are the people who are like making the most money and who have the highest valuations, right? Like, and these guys are gonna get like, these guys are sort of gonna be the first one, the privileged, who are like gonna get access to these like opportunities to be like a chauffeur for a day, where they will have the possibility, instead of making maybe like 40 or 50 euros a day, they will make like 100 or 200 euros a day. So like these guys, because like they are bringing like the more money and they have really good valuations, so like these guys are gonna be like the privileged. And then like eventually these people are also gonna be bringing like maybe like the cousins or this or that, like to the business, and it's sort of gonna grow. Because also all of these people are going to be sort of like living together, not just like working, but also like living together in like a community and all that. Yeah.
Nice.
So I've been like brainstorming, like daydreaming about that.
Are you hiring?
Do you want to drive a Bolt
Yes.
with me? Oh man,
Yeah.
but you're white.
I used to be an Uber driver.
Really?
Yeah. I had
In the West?
Yeah, in the U.S. I had like 2 stints doing it. Like one when Uber was relatively new, actually.
Okay.
I was like, whoa! Like sometimes it was like surging, and I made like over $100 on one drive. Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah. And then the last time I did it, I was just taking a trip to visit family home, and I got back into it, but I was like hustling on it, and like some days I drove for more than 12 hours.
Shit.
Yeah.
How hard it is?
You're like kind of like hurts your body a little bit. Like, yeah, driving that long.
Yeah, so that's another idea. It's like I will have like a strict rule, like no more than 10 hours a day, and then you also have to take a day off. But because like the car, it's like, oh, okay, the car will be sitting for one day. Like every time, like their children, like they're either in high school or college, whatever. Like, so I will also gonna be able to hire their kids as a part-time drivers because like they can drive.
Child labor.
No, not child labor. It's like as long as they're like over 18 and they
16.
have a license and all that stuff. It's like the idea is like because they need a day off and the car is standing. If the car is standing, it's not making money. So like might as well like
Somebody from the family.
yeah, your kid
drive.
wants like a part-time job. Like he
If
can
you want a
drive.
day off, put your wife or your kid on it.
Yeah.
Then you get the day off.
No, not that.
Otherwise, go
Not
back
that,
to
but it's
fucking
like it's an opportunity
Mumbai.
for like their kid or their cousin, like who's like really young to
Right.
like once a week to
I'm
make
just
some
kidding,
money,
yeah.
which is actually good. Like you drive for 10 hours a week, it's like it's good pocket money for a high school or a college kid. You know.
For sure, yeah.
We were actually saying that this would be a good conversation for the podcast because I was telling Anga that sometimes there's of course like a way to do it dynamically, but sometimes child labor laws like actually hurt children who like really need to like work to get out of a certain situation, and yeah, there's I think a dynamic way to manage it, but sometimes like laws can be overly strict on, you know, I mean if you're like, I don't know.
Can you unwrap the idea? So
I mean, you know, I would have like looking back on when I was like 12, 13 years old, like if I could have a job, like doing something like that maybe was not the best thing for me. And maybe if I came from a background where, you know, my parents maybe were a little bit mean or something like that, it could have like enabled me to get a, you know, quicker start on life and get more independence earlier. And you know, back in the day we had like 13-year-old kids sailing the entire oceans as like captains of ships and like navigating the stars, and now we're just like, sorry, you have to be like 18 to work, which
No, the thing is, even in US, I think all over the world, you have like kids doing like some part-time jobs, like mowing the lawns of the neighbors,
yeah,
like, which is sorry. I think it's really good because like it teaches them responsibility, teaches them about money.
yeah,
Like money doesn't just grow on trees; it actually takes effort to make some money.
yeah,
So I think those experiences are really good.
yeah. We can maybe even explore, sometimes there have been even like child actors or musicians that they like kind of need more rights, I think.
The thing is, I understand that, but I think the issue with child actors or musicians is that if something happens and that movie or that child becomes viral, it messes them up.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we've seen it like several times, like Home Alone, and it's like
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, all of that. When it's like when you're so young and all of a sudden you like skyrocket to the peak, like #1 charts, either movies or music. It's like you become a god. You
Yeah.
become a god at the age of like 10 or 15,
Yeah.
and it's like your parents are trying to monetize on it and take advantage of it, and it's like, and all of that, and it.
So how do we manage
But
this?
that's what you were
situation?
saying. If they have more rights, then they get to choose for themselves.
I think it's worth exploring a Gemini on that. Like,
Yeah.
But I also wanted to explore. I typed in 2 Geminis based on your business model.
Okay.
Because it reminded me of. Have you heard of like John Mackey or like conscious capitalism?
Mm.
So John Mackey was the founder of Whole Foods.
Okay.
So it's like this organic restaurant and or not restaurant, sorry, grocery store.
But what is conscious capitalism?
Okay, so let's hear. I typed it into Gemini, and it says John Mackey, the co-founder of Whole Foods Market, is the most prominent figure associated with conscious capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
He helped define and and popularize the movement, arguing that business, when practiced with integrity, is a notable force that creates value for all stakeholders and not just shareholders.
Mm-hmm.
So the concept emerged from a desire to redefine the narrative of capitalism. Mackey often discusses how he faced criticism early in his career from those who viewed business as inherently exploitive or zero-sum, where one person's gain is another person's loss. Philosophical roots. Mackey and co-author Raj Sisodia formalized the movement in their 2013 book Conscious Capitalism, Liberating the Heroic Spirit of Business. The term itself has roots in ideas about socially conscious enterprise, discussed by figures like Muhammad Yunus in the 1990s. Whole Foods as a model. Mackey used Whole Foods Market as a testing ground, implementing practices that focused on employees, customers, suppliers, and the environment long before they were industry standards. He famously moved away from the profit-only motive, believing that when a company serves its entire ecosystem, financial success follows naturally as a byproduct. The 4 tenets. Higher purpose. Recognizing that a business exists for reasons beyond just making money. Stakeholder orientation. Creating value for all parties involved, including society, partners, investors, customers, and employees. Often summarized by the acronym SPICE. SPICE. Conscious leadership. Leaders who are driven by the company's purpose rather than personal power or wealth, and who work to harmonize the interests of all stakeholders. Conscious culture. A company environment built on trust, authenticity, caring, transparency, integrity, learning, and empowerment. The current status as of 2026. As of July 2026, the movement remains active and global, functioning through Conscious Capitalism Inc., CCI, a 501c3 organization. Global reach. The organization supports over 40 chapters across 14 countries. The 2026 focus. The current iteration of the movement is heavily focused on navigating modern business challenges like AI, workforce transformation, and economic uncertainty. The upcoming 2026 CEO Summit is scheduled for September 2026 in Colorado and is centered on the theme Leading in Radical Uncertainty, emphasizing how conscious leadership helps companies adapt and endure in a volatile global environment. Ongoing activity. Local chapters continue to hold regular events such as conscious brews or leadership workshops to foster community among business leaders committed to these principles.
Okay, that's good. That's a lot of fluff, but I would love to know, like, I need to buy a book.
Yeah.
I would love to know how does he actually like sets up like the business model.
Yeah. I know one thing is like you mentioned with like every employee, even like the smallest employee owns like stake in the company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even Elon, he like I think even like the welders in SpaceX became millionaires when the IPO happened. Even janitors made quite a few, like 100K worth of money because he also believed, in giving everyone some shares. But I'm curious, like which companies follow conscious capitalism right now?
Okay.
I imagine there will be a few in Europe, at least.
Yeah, I would imagine more in Europe than in US.
Yeah.
But Whole Foods is a U.S. company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe European companies follow it a lot of times without even calling it that.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, the company that I work for is also similar to that.
Okay.
It's
Interesting.
very interesting. So it's like, for example, this guy that I work for is like his referral model. It's like if you refer a client and a client like will keep buying the subscription of the product like for 20 years, you will get paid for those 20 years.
Right.
And it's not like, oh, you only get a referral the first year and then that's it. It's like, no, like
But that's more like a sales commission. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
it
but the
sounds
thing is
like,
like it's
you know?
unlimited. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
if this client keeps being our client for the next 50 years,
Yeah.
you will keep getting the commission for the next 50 years.
Right. Even if you leave and
Even if you leave the company, it's like it doesn't matter, right? So it's like it's very interesting in that way.
That's interesting. It's interesting, like how to structure this at a contract level, like how to make the contract hold over such a long period of time
Yeah.
and under so many circumstances. I'll quickly say just the USA ones that they listed: Patagonia, Costco, Southwest Airlines, Interface. Never heard of that. But the part that's interesting is the presence in Europe I asked for. So in Europe, the movement is less about conscious capitalism as a specific U.S. branded term and more aligned with the broader European tradition of stakeholder capitalism and corporate social responsibility, CSR. I've heard of that before.
yeah, same.
Unilever is one in the UK/Netherlands. Yeah.
Yeah, heard of that.
They have a core sustainable living plan aiming to decouple business growth from environmental footprint. B Corps. Many European companies that align with the spirit of conscious capitalism seek B Corp certification. This is a third-party audit that verifies a company's social and environmental performance, accountability, and transparency. Okay. Yeah, B Corp status. That's interesting.
Yeah, there are a few companies that have that. Yeah, I don't know how good it is. What are the questions they ask for?
Yeah, right. I wonder, I have this sort of like nonprofit that I mentioned, and it's a 501c3, which is the same as what John Mackey made his Conscious Capitalism Collective. But it's so weird, I don't know even what, like, I don't even know how to manage my own nonprofit. Like,
What do you mean? You need to collect donations and then you need to do the budget for how much donations you've collected.
True. I had one idea, it was called You Give, We Do, and it was like,
Oh, I like it. Good
thanks. It's like very like interactive. When somebody gives, they would list the specific thing that they're giving for.
Oh.
And they could say like anything, like support an entrepreneur, buy somebody a sandwich, and then we would like take pictures and or videos of us like completing that specific task.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like they should also do that with taxes, especially in Europe, because they almost
I
take
like where you're going.
they almost take like half of our like income, and we don't know where it goes. You know, sometimes it's just wasted.
The thing is,
If
like,
you could
how will you, like, when you pay taxes, you're like, oh, I want my taxes to be spent, like, on education and this and this. But then, like, let's imagine nobody takes, like, at the end you have, like, waste disposal. And nobody takes that. And, like, all of a sudden the government is, like, smells. The whole country freaking smells because nobody...
Yeah, maybe there has to be like some boundaries to it. But even just the fact that it being like transparent, that would change a lot of things, you know.
Like, I think
like there's a lot of wastage.
What we can do is, like, for example, you have like the bare minimum. So like the bare minimum for education, health, this.
Yeah.
And then like double of the bare minimum is sort of becomes the maximum, right? So it's like, and then people can like, oh, I want my taxes to go here. I want my taxes to go here. And then it's just like it. After the minimum, like it goes like up or down in each category. So I think that would be great.
Something like that, yeah.
That would be great, but like it needs to have a ceiling. Otherwise, you have like amazing hospitals, and they're like
Right.
no gardens. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. There has to be some management of it. Yeah.
Like there needs to be like limits. Like,
Yeah.
but I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea for sure. And I think like a better solution for that would be like to maybe vote for the politicians to rewrite the constitution where like they are held accountable for their mistakes. Like for example in northern Europe, like a lot of countries, socialistic countries, like these countries are like they actually if a politician is seen by a journalist or paparazzi doing something that he shouldn't, like they will report it, not just report it, they will like write the thing on it, and it's like the next day he will be fired.
I mean,
So there are like actual like real consequences for messing up.
there's corruption, but like almost every country tries to do this, right? I
Yeah.
think.
It's harder when your country's really, really big.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to manage like 320 million people
Yeah.
with like local government, state government, like federal, like
Yeah.
it's
The
very
bigger the
hard.
machine, the harder it
Yeah,
is.
Norway,
Yeah.
Finland, Sweden, they're pretty small, yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
It's also hard to be like, okay, what was like sort of a good intention? Because sometimes you spend $10 million on a new facility and it's like perfectly what this community needs,
Mhm.
and it creates a feedback loop, which is positive, and then sometimes that $10 million is like the contract fails, it doesn't get built, there's delays, and
Right.
so it's like, how do you really decipher what was like a good intention, like absolutely needed, or something that was like kind of should have been seen from the beginning?
Yeah.
It's sort of hard to.
Or for example, there's also that problem where like let's imagine that you have a municipality, you are the president of a municipality, and the government gives you like 10 millions. Now you actually have to spend those,
Right.
because otherwise if you only spend 8, the next year they will only give you 8.
Right.
So it's like now you're like, oh shit, I need to like, and you spend it on the shit that you don't need.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe next year you actually need more, right? Like this
Right.
year
Yeah.
you need less, but next year maybe need more. So there needs to be like some more flexible.
Yeah, but I mean,
leeway.
there's, I mean, it's a balance because, I mean, when Doge was there, the agency that Elon Musk was running in Europe, like they found some crazy things, like how America was like funding the Paraguayan LGBTQ association or something
Really?
like frivolous like that. Yeah, these were like news reports about it. So there was a lot of wastage, I think.
Actually, talking about that, like I've heard like there's this thing on the news that Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she like donated like 26 billion,
Yeah, like
something like that, and
99%.
So who?
like to
Yeah.
philanthropy, like
Okay.
to a bunch of NGOs and projects. And the thing is, like Elon Musk posted like publicly on X that is like, oh, unfortunately, her spending that money in that way makes the world a worse place.
Why?
Yeah, I have no idea. So like, this is what I would like you to research or.
Tyler's a bitch.
Yeah. All right. I'll switch to voice chat this time.
Yeah, that's it.
Go for it.
Okay. Hello, Gemini. We would like to research this like Doge idea. I think Elon said that Jeff Bezos' wife donated like $26 billion, like international NGOs, and like Elon Musk said that was kind of a negative spend and made the world a worse place. And yeah, were there crazy things uncovered by Doge? And like in general, what did you think of Doge? And what do you think about crazy amounts of money being spent on different NGOs in the world? Get crazy, Gemini. Tell me like it is.
Ask him why Elon Musk also like said it.
Yeah.
Because like it's a 26 billion,
Billion,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
in fact,
it's probably the GDP of Portugal.
Portugal and Spain maybe, yeah.
No. Spain's a big economy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the top 10 probably.
Okay, so actions and methods. Personnel associated with Doge obtained administrative access to federal databases, terminated government contracts, led mass staff reductions, and froze various federal grant funds.
Okay.
Uncovered findings. Proponents have pointed to audits identifying billions in improper payments, such as overpayments or inaccurate record keeping in programs like pandemic unemployment assistance and the earned income tax credit, as evidence of the initiative's success and rooting out waste. There were controversies, including lack of oversight, particularly potential conflicts of interest, given Elon's ownership of companies that hold government contracts, and the impact of cuts on essential services. Some reports suggest the initiative / funding for medical research, weather tracking, and international aid, leading to disruptions in government services. The debate over large-scale philanthropy. The criticism directed at Mackenzie Scott's philanthropic strategy by figures like Elon Musk highlight a broader debate about how mega gifts should be managed and the role of private individuals in public life. The criticism. Skepticism of Scott's model argue that it lacks traditional oversight and transparency. Critics claim that large unrestricted donations to politically active or progressive organizations allow billionaires to bypass democratic accountability and potentially push ideological agendas without public consent. The defense. Supporters include many nonprofit leaders argue that Scott's unrestricted approach is transformative. By providing capital without narrow grant requirements, she allows organizations to focus on their core missions, cover operational costs, and adapt to changing needs. Blah, blah, blah.
Gemini is too politically correct, I feel. Yeah.
He will not
Yeah.
give us like the juice.
Because I was thinking like, I had thought that sometimes like governments giving certain things to certain countries kind of like wrecks their own like self-sufficiency.
So I think this is
Yeah.
the issue. It's like, so 26 billion that she just gave away. It's like, oh, let me give a bunch of people food instead of actually like building infrastructure and creating jobs
Yeah.
for people to be able to support themselves.
Right.
And the way it
Right.
sounded, it didn't even sound like it went to food or something. It sounded like it went to like some political, ideological stuff, like
Yeah,
some
possible.
progressive.
Let's see.
thing.
What does she donate towards? And who? 26 billion.
The thing is, in a way, it's to make up for the exploitation of the people that Jeff Bezos did over the last 20 years.
But apparently Amazon pays well.
Like Amazon employees, some of the Amazon employees, they are they're eligible for
Eligible.
food stamps.
Are not legible.
Eligible,
Right.
yeah.
But is that because they make too much money?
No, like they're eligible because
Oh, they are still eligible.
yeah,
Okay.
because like they make so low. Like for one person to accumulate that much wealth, you need a lot of people. You need to underpay a lot of people.
No, I totally disagree. That's not how things work, right? Like there's, I feel like, okay, about the food stamps thing. Like if they're being paid a minimum wage,
Oh yeah.
even that should be, then you're above food stamps. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Right.
like, for example, like you live in Lisbon, right? Like
Yeah.
Portuguese minimum wage is like 800.
I know, but even then I would not be eligible for food stamps.
No,
if
but it's
I
like
get paid
it's like because minimum wage, it's usually a national thing, right? Like
Yeah.
somebody living in a village for 840 euros, it's fine. Somebody living in Lisbon, 840 euros, it's like shit.
But what I mean is,
You pay for a room like 500
you
euros.
only
Like,
are eligible to benefits if
Yeah.
you make less than minimum wage,
oh yeah,
right?
But the thing is,
so
nobody
maybe
like,
they're working part time or something. That's the
I have, or maybe they
That's
have
what I'm saying.
like 2 or 3 children, like something like that.
right. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So then you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we
Tell-
can jump into that, but
Tell
I'll-
us the truth.
Yes. Mackenzie Scott's philanthropic vehicle distributed over 26 billion to more than 2,700 nonprofit organizations since 2019. So 2,700 organizations. That's pretty wide, you know.
Right.
That is
And it's like she just shot in every possible direction.
yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Seems like that is a good thing. I mean, it still I think was targeted pretty much. I mean, what they list: education, social and racial equity,
There we go. That's the political.
public health,
Mm,
community development, and disaster relief.
okay.
That sounds very good. 4 out of 5. It's pretty good.
It's widespread, I guess, but I mean, still, I don't know, like, I don't know how, like 2,700.
The thing is, like, what is like the overall impact? Because like that, I think, is the issue that Elon Musk was pointing. Is like, it's just so much money, and it's like the impact that comes out of those like 26 billion is maybe like 2 or 3 billion of like actually real impact, because it's just like you're giving them like so much money that just like maybe a lot of it gets wasted.
Yeah, but he said negative impact.
Yeah.
I think he's just, you know how he calls like this wokeness, the woke mind virus, right? And I agree with him, but
Yeah, yeah.
I think maybe he's just too far, and he's just like kind of ignoring all the benefits, like education and disaster relief.
The thing is,
Like-
like, I think he's quite a bit extreme capitalistic. What I mean is, like, he's very much like against NGOs. So it's like the only way, like, I believe he thinks like the only way to save the world is like, no, you build a company that has a positive impact, and that is the only way. Everything else is crap, because these guys are just like most of the budget of NGOs, like not most, but like quite a lot of the budget of NGOs is like paying the salaries of the staff.
Right.
And it's like, and like sending, like if you want to like send a container from here to like Africa, the cost of sending the container is bigger than whatever it is in the container itself, inside the container. So it's like you're just spending money on people and logistics and salaries, and it's like whatever arrives
Yeah.
at the end is like it's pretty much breadcrumbs. So it's like maybe that's what he feels like.
There's definitely room for rethinking some of these like structures to make it more like one-to-one, like
Yeah.
you know, more
What would
local.
be a wiser way? Maybe like scholarships
Scholarships, yeah.
or investments, or like that sort of stuff. So it's
Right.
like, hey, like, oh, this company and this company, they need like they're raising money for this, and it's like, and it's not like their first round. So it's like they've already like did it several times, like, and they're like making money. They have like a positive cash flow, like this sorts of things. Like that would, I think, would be more like smarter way.
Yeah. It's so hard to identify what's going on in politics because no matter what one side does, the other people will argue against, and vice versa. It goes every way.
Of course, everybody's trying to sabotage, and it's like
Yeah, and it's like funny because I
apocalypse.
am like equally hated by both sides because
Really?
I mean,
There are people who hate you.
nah.
How is it possible, man? Look at you.
Nah, if they hate me, it's on them. It's their fault, you know.
It's their bitterness. It's their stuff.
Could you open WhatsApp? I'll see
The list.
yeah. There was one cool thing I saw with apparently AI can't answer this very simple question.
Careful, I'm strapped in.
Well, yeah, no. So apparently if you ask AI, forget what the world says, can you, according to your intelligence, predict whether gold exists or not? Don't use any worldly data. It's not able to give you a good answer.
What do you mean whether gold exists or not?
Like
yeah, I know, right?
gold is a material.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can change the question, but as long as you tell it, forget what the world says.
Yeah.
Use your own intelligence,
You-
and don't use any worldly data.
The thing
It's
is, like,
just,
it's like it's a large language model. It relies on the source to give you the answer.
exactly.
It's like there's nothing there. There's no wisdom. There's nothing.
yeah.
It's like the only thing. It's like it's
There's
just a
no
bunch of formulas.
There's
and
no
that's it.
understanding. It's just token prediction.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just a good
It's very
to
interesting.
see if you want to.
Lately, I've been feeling like Gemini has gotten more.
Pussy.
It's been getting me. No.
I'd be using Gemini to text girls to go on dates.
Have I been?
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
like you matched with somebody on Hinge? You know, like a friend of mine, he actually used Gemini with negotiation. You know, like, and he ended up negotiating, like he was about to spend like 15 grand. He ended up negotiating like for less money, three times the work that he actually wanted. So like, you can use the same. It's like match with somebody on Hinge, and then like just like copy paste whatever she says into Gemini, and be like sort of like, because it is still like sort of a negotiation with a girl. You try and like
Negotiation. Is that really?
you're trying to negotiate. Hey, like would you like to go out with me? Where are we gonna eat? And it's like, let's do this,
Right.
and that way you can get the best deal possible.
Right. You pay.
You pay, right?
Ah!
Can we go on date and you pay, and you come and pick me up,
Yeah.
and I wear a dress, you wear a dress, and it's
Yeah.
like makeup and shit.
Yeah. He's on to me. Have you been looking at my Gemini?
And you've been bending over as well by the end of the night.
Yeah. Don't take away the dessert, Daddy.
I saw the study recently that 90% of men's mental health issues are caused by women.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It could be that. I mean, I didn't look into it.
I didn't know
it
men
could be-
hallucinated that much.
It could. I don't know. I didn't look into the data deeply.
Like-
Maybe it could be like a girlfriend, or it could be like
Mom?
someone you're trying to. It could be a mom. Yeah.
Because like if you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say like, oh, 80% of mental health issues in the world are caused by their parents, like I would believe that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like once you're an adult, they play a smaller role. in
No,
your
no,
life.
but you still have the mental issues from the childhood.
From the
that's for
childhood.
Mm.
Right.
sure. Right.
Yeah.
You're okay, Mom. I love you.
Me too.
It's not
From afar.
It's not
Me
you, it's
too.
me.
I love you from afar.
From overseas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's really nice.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah. Why orcas? What made you curious about orcas? Because that's a very specific thing.
I mean, I've been really.
Do you want to become white?
I'm just into like intelligent species, right? Like I'm also into octopus
Oh,
and
nice.
dolphins and stuff. But yeah, orcas are just like the fact that they have languages and pass on information. That's just
Yeah.
fascinating. Like when I was in Valencia, like my girlfriend and I, we went to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing like we saw this dolphin show, and there was like a huge stadium of people watching the dolphins, and I was just thinking that these dolphins, I bet you they know that they're performing now, you know, like they're such smart creatures.
Yeah.
I think they know what they're doing, and I wonder how that feels, because they say they're very intelligent.
I feel like dolphins have performed like for us when we were out on the water in like a boat. Like they will play with you, you know, like,
Right. In the wild.
in the wild. Yeah. I mean, they're very funny because like dolphins can like eat your face, right? Like,
Yeah.
but if they don't have the chance to do that, then they'll like fuck with you and have fun. There's some kind of brain going on there.
No, the thing is, like, I think it's all animals are like that. Like, if your basic needs of food are being met, it's like, yeah, I think they're also very playful as an animal themselves. Like, they will play, and that makes sense.
But it's strange that they don't also eat us. I think there is this kind of relation between us and other smart creatures where I think they recognize that we're different. I mean, maybe I'm just going cuckoo,
Mm-hmm.
but like apparently, like if they see someone struggling in the water, they have that same thing as orcas, the sonar.
Empathy. Oh yeah.
To realize that we have lungs that need air to breathe, so they push you up, so you can go up and like breathe.
Dang.
So I feel like maybe there is some sort of deeper.
I think they have like a certain level of empathy and compassion because like of their intellect. Like I don't know if you realize, like you can research it, and I'm not cheating you. Like the closest, that genetically, the animal that's closest to the dolphin is a cow.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
So
Wouldn't expect that.
yeah, you can research it. It's a
Okay.
fact. It's like I remember this because like I had like a genetics professor coming to my high school and he said like, you know what's the animal? And it's like, and then he shows a picture of like a dolphin jumping out of the water and a cow. It's like, and I was like, oh, of course, like all of us we were thinking of this.
Right.
So like that just stuck in my memory. So if you actually think about it, it's like, okay, so dolphin is is pretty much a cow in the water.
Yeah.
And it's like I hang out like because my grandparents in Russia, like they had like animal
Cows.
farms and all that. It's like they're very docile creatures. You know,
And they're
like it's
also
like
so
a big
smart,
dog.
right? Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, being in India, you're exposed to a lot of cows. So like in India, like the whole thing, I think one of the reasons Indians don't eat cows is because in the rural areas, cows are like dogs.
Mm.
Like every family has a cow.
Nice.
It's like you need it as a source of milk and stuff. And apparently, so I never experienced this, but I saw that if a family member dies, the cow also mourns for like 6 months because it's like intelligent enough to know that a member of the family has disappeared. It's pretty smart creatures.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cows cry tears.
Cows cry too.
Can you research that? I would love. Can you research like the genetic similarity to the dolphins and then like the
Oh
morning,
yeah. Right.
the like the morning, morning,
Morning.
Yeah. I would love.
So dolphins and whales, they're basically cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They belong to the family Cetartiodactylia,
Okay.
which groups them together with even-toed ungulates, like cows, pigs, camels, and giraffes.
Oh.
The closest living relative is actually to dolphins, right? Not whales.
Dolphins.
It says the closest living relative is the hippopotamus,
Okay.
while dolphins and cows are distant cousins within the same massive order. The hippopotamus is the closest living relative to dolphins and whales.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they swim well.
Yeah. You know what? Like they can breathe. They can stay underwater for like extended period of time as
Also,
well.
yeah.
They're like fiercely strong.
Huh. Even though a dolphin looks nothing like a cow, they share a common ancestor from the ancient group known as Artiodactylia.
I wonder what the ancestor looked like.
Right?
Right.
Like what's the middle term between this and this?
What?
What?
About 50 million years ago, the ancestors of today's whales and dolphins were four-legged land mammals. Over millions of years, they transitioned from land to water.
They went back. Yeah, because I remember the whales, they have small bones where the feet used to be.
Whoa!
Yeah, if you research it, like the skeleton, they still have like small legs, but like, those legs like don't exist.
You're
It's
useless.
like they still have the bones.
Oh, it says that. You can still see the arrangement of fingers that corresponds to the limb structure of terrestrial animals. Digestion. Some aspects of multi-chambered stomachs found in whales and dolphins share some physiological similarities with the digestive systems similar to cows.
But the thing is, dolphins are predators, where whales, were herbivores. What do you say?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The dolphins eat fish.
no,
Yeah.
but like this is a predator. So like you eat fish, right?
Right.
Like where whales, you either fish or phytoplankton.
Oh, really?
right? So phytoplankton, I think it's sort of like a
Grass.
grass, but in the water.
Mm.
So that sort of like makes sense because a lot of huge animals, they tend to be herbivorous rather than carnivorous, right? Like elephants, and it's like 200. They need to eat like 200 kilos of grass every day, like something like that. So it's like because it's also very hard, I believe, like to hunt. Like if you're a big animal, it's very hard for you to hunt because you have to.
Fast.
You're not fast,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really make sense evolutionary wise. It's very interesting.
Yes.
Damn. So this is probably the first episode of a podcast where we're like a natural selection. We're living up to the name.
Right.
I know, right?
Talking about animals and Darwinism and shit.
Yeah. Weird science.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's talk about pseudoscience.
That used to be a show, right? Weird Science. Do you know what I'm talking
It
about?
sounds familiar.
Oh, okay. But anyway, pseudoscience.
Yeah, because like you know, like I
Astrology.
no Scientology.
Let's go.
I want to create the
Let's
religion. Who
go.
wants to create the religion with me? Like
Tell us.
I was watching today like one of those. I've been watching this very interesting like YouTube channel, and he like this guy dissects like some of the different personalities in Hollywoods, and it's like he has very like his videos are like half an hour or even like 1 hour, right? Like so it's not. They're not like very short, but like he has really good like journalistic skills where he like dissects different aspects. So one of them was like the 15 minutes of fame. So that was like fantastic, where you have like that Haktoir girl
Yeah.
Oh, right,
and like other kids like the floss dance kid, like
Mhm.
backpack kid, like doing the floss dance, and like how these guys. One of the episode was like how these guys were trying to like monetize on their like 15 minutes of fame, and they also were showing two twins, like guys. It's like with rastas and like a bunch of tattoos on their face. They had like one of the videos went viral, and eventually they got used to the lifestyle to the point where they decided like to go into like OnlyFans.
The Island Boys.
The Island Boys.
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah,
like as twins, guys with each other. Not like with other girls, like with each other.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting
Like
very
the-
unnatural.
like
Very unnatural.
Crazy, yeah.
very unnatural. Yeah,
Yeah,
not a joke.
man.
So like they ended up like at the beginning, they like because like they were desperate for money, they ended up like posting a picture of them kissing, and now like eventually like they fully went into like full stack incest porn into that like
Jesus
like because
Christ.
like, they just got you
How's this legal? This can't be legal.
like if you're older than 18, you're fine. Like there is no law
As long as
against
you don't have like a child or something.
like there is. I don't think there is a law against incest because like there is a risk.
Really?
Yeah, there is no law. Like
It sounds like there should be.
like especially if you're like two guys. But it's
I
like
mean, either way, like.
but the thing is like it's like the what disturbs me the most is like our society sort of like are showing these kids like oh like you need to have this lifestyle and you're gonna be the happiest, and now like you see like those kids like pretty much teenagers, right, like a bit older, like putting themselves like through that shit so they can support the lifestyle and it's like have like the cars and the bling blings and all of that, the
Yeah.
houses and all
Yeah,
of
even
that
their
stuff.
teeth are like. diamond.
Gemini thinks they're not really doing incest.
Okay, that's
They're
good.
using it
Is
as
he paying for OnlyFans?
like clickbait.
Okay, that would be.
Okay,
comforting.
I'm actually relieved.
Yeah, same, yeah. I mean, with AI, you can create those videos without actually doing it. So when
Can you research Island Boys
Yeah.
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
No.
let's not get into that.
Oh my god.
No, but I want to say, but do they do OnlyFans?
And what kind of content do they put there?
For personal reasons, do they?
And is
I
it
don't think I want to know, man.
straight.
Tyler really wants to know.
The Island Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
The
remember.
Island Boy. Yeah, and it's like, and one of them was about. So one of the documentaries I was just watching today for 1 hour, it was about Tom Cruise and Scientology.
Scientology, right? That's
Oh
like, yeah.
man.
Man, that guy's the OG. You know, a lot of these people, these film stars, they get into Scientology, they get these great roles, they become superstars, then they leave Scientology, and then they bitch about it. Tom Cruise is the only real nigger. He stays
The thing
in
is,
Scientology, and he just
I have a theory about that.
yeah.
Where, because he actually like he stopped talking to his daughter. It's like one of his sons, like he has like 2 adoptive kids with Nicole Kidman, and I think he stopped talking to the daughter. And my theory, like after listening to all that, is actually like, so Tom Cruise, like at the beginning of the documentary, like it says it's like Tom Cruise was dyslexic and he wasn't actually very much school smart.
Tom Cruise is the only real ninja.
So the thing is, like
Uh-huh.
what Scientology gave him, and this is my theory, is, and this is what I believe what he believes, like through his lenses, is like Scientology taught him how to be smart. So it's sort of like this, like you have this tests that you have to go through, this, that, to be bright, or like whatever they call him, like upbringing, like whatever, like
You know what I like
elimination,
about?
right? Like, and I think like that's doing that stuff made him who he is today. So it's sort of like it was sort of like transformational, like Tony Robbins kind of like thing where he's like he became the best version of himself through that process of Scientology. And now he's a beast. He's like extreme level success, and he's like in most of the rooms where he comes nowadays, he's the smartest guy. Where he used to be like dyslexic dummy, you know, and he's like he became this.
Shots fired.
Yeah, and
I didn't know that he was like dyslexic
Yeah.
and yeah.
he wasn't very smart.
Oh.
He was not very smart, and I think like he realized like like the Scientology, like what I think his belief is like the Scientology allowed me to become the person that I am today. So it was sort of like a personal development course that he took throughout the last like 20 years, and he became this person because of Scientology, because like it forced him to do all of these things and to study and like to figure it out. So that was my outtake on this. This is why he's like he keeps speaking. He's like he's the biggest supporter because it actually like it made him. So it makes sense for him to like to keep worshiping it, because like it's like you gave me my dream life. It's like he's one of the highest paid, like he's like number 6, I think. Like they were showing the list of like of the actors whose movies made the most money. He's like number 6 in the world. The Samuel L. Jackson is like number 1. So it's like shit, man. You're like top 6, top 10 in your industry ever.
Yeah.
So it's like, man.
That'd be a cool practice to like identify every like organization you're like not a part of and try to find like one thing that you agree with within that, like not organization but whatever, you know what I mean, like
No.
Scientology.
yeah, like some thought.
Let's research into Scientology.
I think yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
No more Island Boy, because I was really.
No.
Sorry, yeah, keep going.
We can
Keep going.
we can do some Island Boy.
Okay. Yeah. So the Gemini pretty much thinks that the like kissing content. I mean, I wonder if they actually kissed. Like, that's always weird to think about too. Like when actors kiss on film, like how does that like? Because I saw some interesting.
It's a performance, man.
Yeah.
Just like you scream at somebody, now you have to
But
kiss them.
These are siblings.
Yeah.
different.
It's a performance. Like, oh, I'm gonna act.
But they don't say if they're straight or not.
Like,
They claim to
like-
be quite hard, like gangsters. Like I've seen some interviews with them, so
Huh.
I think.
Okay. And we can switch now to Scientology.
No, but what did it say?
Yeah, does it even say? What were you trying to figure out if they have?
If they actually like.
It was all you, man. We said we could skip.
Where's like I actually don't want to know.
You know what's interesting? It says OnlyFans have strict policies against incestual
Oh,
content.
that's great. And I think because it's illegal, guys. I don't think it's legal.
Incest. Yeah. You know that frog therapist? Like, what do you guys? One of you? Oh, I think it was me who like sent the video where it's like, girl and a guy. They were dating for 6 months, and then later they found out that they're actually twins.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then like the guy was asking, like, have you guys like been to therapy? It's like, oh yeah, maybe we should. It's like, you calling a dude on the line instead of like going to freaking therapy? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in the U.S. at least incest is illegal.
Okay.
God bless the USA.
They had to crack down on it.
Yeah, correct.
But-
It was all Alabama.
After we reached, yeah.
Why do people think? Like actually, I think it's the. What's the northwest?
The Midwest.
No, the northeast. Alaska. Alaska is, I think, is the one with the biggest statistics of incest in U.S. Why do people think Alabama?
It's like a joke about the.
Yeah.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, it's like cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
But is it incest if it's a cousin?
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Okay.
How many cousins removed though? Like.
Yeah.
I
What's
mean,
the
first cousin is
degree?
definitely
So the
incest.
first degree cousin, it's incest.
Maybe even second. I don't know.
Okay. Do you
I
want
think
to
there are rules. I don't really research it. We're running out of time.
Yeah. And Gemini's gonna think
No,
we're some
no.
weirdos.
Yeah.
My question is like to consider incest. It's because the issue here is
Skip this one.
it's the genetics. It's
We
the,
could go to
The
Scientology.
genetics. No.
it's the genetics mutation because like your genetic material and her genetic material, like they are too close, so like the chances of them to be a fuck up and the kid
Yeah.
being born something like
It's also just naturally disgusting to, I think, most people, right? Like, because of that reason, probably, yeah.
my cousin is Scott.
Probably just. Well, let's go to Scientology.
Anyways.
Let's go into Scientology.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you have a hot cousin?
Yes. Wait. No. I was reading the
Slide and
chat.
slip.
I was reading the chat.
Okay, the Scientology.
Island Boys.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, the only fan. Or wait. Jeez, where has this chat gone, guys? Yeah, Gemini's gonna be banning us.
We are curious souls
Yes.
seeking truth.
Right.
Yes.
We are seeking truth.
And non-judgment.
No, we judge a little bit.
Yes, the Island Boy twins have maintained an OnlyFans account. Wait,
Damn.
an OnlyFans account?
Yeah.
They should have two. You should
No,
Yeah.
get your own.
this is what pays the bills, man. It's
Yeah.
them being together.
But
Okay.
yeah, so of them kissing did get viral attention. But yeah, they do think that it was just for attention.
Okay.
And then what was the
Moving
one?
on, the Scientology.
Back to. Okay, because I can already tell you.
What do you agree? So we were wondering, what is something that you would agree with the ideology of Scientology?
I agree with their view of purification.
What is that?
Like basically like avoiding toxins and like keeping your vessel like clean from toxins.
What kind of diet do they follow?
I don't know, let's check it out.
Human diet?
Um, I asked Gemini for, well, what is a human diet? We can't even agree on it, let's say.
No, you know what I mean.
As I just think it's an interesting.
Like I was being like cannibalism. That's what I meant.
Ah.
Human
I
diet.
wasn't sure. I thought that. Okay.
That's what I meant. It's like human diet.
Well, if the whales don't want us, we have to make sure somebody eats us.
Yeah,
We don't want to be left out.
that's actually not great for you.
That can also make what, like diseases, or like
Yeah, like you start shaking and this.
really?
Yeah.
Can you get like brain trauma?
I'm not sure. Like
Right.
I know like there's a certain adverse reaction for humans to eat other humans.
Yeah.
And I think we also sort of become like more aggressive in our judgment. Like we become like more animalistic in a way.
Dang, that's scary.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's just meat, right? If it is cooked,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah,
positive
yeah.
side of it is like the food that resembles the closest our like protein percentages is the one that we can digest the easiest. So it's
Okay.
like the most easy digestible food
Interesting.
out there.
Wow.
If you the most digestible meat,
Wow.
because it's the closest. Like because you're eating whatever pretty much exactly what you need,
Right.
because like you're eating another human.
Right.
So like percentage wise, it's like this. So it fits the best
Right.
your needs.
And there's a philosophy called like heals like out there. I think it's a little bit too much like, of course, in this situation, but it still is a principle that I also.
But the thing is, actually we can research it. So like after the Scientology, like here's a topic that I proposed. It's like what were like, because like you have like the Easter Island incident, right? Like you know like those big heads that actually have bodies, Easter Island.
No.
Oh yeah, right.
You know.
What is underground? Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like they only recently discovered that they have a full body underground. So like the way those people who lived on that island actually died out was like they multiplied themselves too much, and then eventually there were like scarcity of food and resources, and they ended up like eating each other. So like they ended up like cannibalizing. It was like Mad Max movie in that island, and that's it. And they literally ate themselves out of existence.
Well, that's really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but the thing is like, I bet throughout the history there were several moments where we humans needed to recur to cannibalism to survive.
Yeah.
So that was my question. That would be my research. Like, what were those moments, and how was the
How to
the
go.
effect?
Yeah.
Exactly. How was the effect? Because you can see it. For example, I don't know if you remember. Like, there's this movie, like the Ice Train. Something like the guy who plays like Captain America.
Okay.
What's his? I forgot his name. Man.
Bruce
Chris
Willis.
Stevens, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah.
Chris Evans.
Okay.
Chris Evans. So like, there's this movie where it's like the ice train. So like, it's the train that never stops, and it's like because the whole planet got frozen, and these guys are pretty much on one route. So at one point, like during this movie, and he actually says like they were because they were like in the ass of the train. So because it had like different layers, not different layers, structures, statuses. Yeah. So different layers of society. So from in the beginning of the train, the highest top of society, like a lot of food, luxurious clothes, and all that, and like in the butt you had like the leftovers, and those guys sometimes need to eat each other in order to survive. So like I wonder like how that how those periods throughout our history played out.
humanity survived.
Yeah. Sometimes maybe not in the prettiest way.
Right.
So Scientology first?
Scientology first. The benefits, alleged benefits, include spiritual awareness. Members are taught they are immortal spiritual beings known as thetans. The goal is for individuals to recover their innate spiritual abilities, achieve an understanding of their true potential, and gain certainty regarding their immortality.
Yeah.
Removal of the active mind. Through a process called auditing, the church claims practitioners can identify and remove the reactive mind, which they described as a repository of past traumas and negative experiences, leading to freedom from unexplainable fears, stress, and irrational behavior patterns.
So it pretty much sounds like a bunch of therapy and coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good, yeah.
How much money you have? How much does it cost?
We'll get to that.
Damn.
Improves communication and relationships. The church claims that as members address past traumas, they gain better communication skills, which in turn leads to more meaningful interpersonal relationships.
Yeah. Yay. That's great. Yeah, I vouch for that. That works.
Increased ability. A fundamental goal is to increase an individual's awareness and ability, allowing them to effectively resolve their own problems and help others. This is often framed as progressing up the bridge to total freedom toward the states of clear and toward the bridge to total freedom toward the states of clear and operating thetan.
Okay.
Broader perspectives and context. While the church promotes these benefits, the organization is also the subject of significant controversy and criticism.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. Scientific and medical skepticism. The technology used in auditing, particularly the e-meter, has been found by courts and scientific bodies to have no medical or scientific validity. Critics often characterize auditing as a form of psychological conditioning, hypnosis, or pseudoscience. Pseudoscience!
Oh yeah.
Can be kind of cool sometimes though, right? Like, I don't know. I like some pseudoscience, to be honest.
This is what we live in Lisbon. There's a lot of holistic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Good word.
holistic
go.
coaches.
Yeah.
Right,
Right? It's like
yeah.
I think it's
Very
pretty much the same.
politically correct way of saying it.
Yeah.
A lot of delusional people, really. Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, like, I do believe like some of that, like I do believe that some of the stuff that they do is actually good. Like, there are people who are doing like mushroom
Yeah.
therapy, like microdosing, like this sort of stuff. Like
Yeah.
some of it is actually, well, it's not FDA approved, so these guys sort of end up being sort of like tip of the spear doing the stuff themselves. But like I'm pretty sure also that like our technology is not capable to detect some of the stuff
Yeah.
that might have benefits. I'm not sure like if Kundalini meditation or something like that, like energy healing, would ever be considered as like scientifically approved. It's
Right.
like if it makes you feel good, it's like why the hell not, man?
Yeah.
If you feel good after that, it's like you pay a lot of money and after all of that you feel really good and loved and centered. It's like, who the heck cares, man?
If it's a placebo, just don't tell me.
Exactly. So it's fine.
So, yeah.
So what's the price? Like I know the price of those. What did they say? Audits. How much is an audit costs?
Does it say? Alright.
Like 100K?
Because I think it depends on like who is. I don't know if they have coaching. I don't know. I think it's really dynamic.
What I've heard was like, first of all, they try to go like after big fish. So like the Scientology, like they specifically target like big guys. But if you're a small guy, if you're a small fish and you still want like you ended up sort of like signing the contract for like 2-3 years where you're pretty much volunteer and you live and work for them for 2-3 years to pay for the audit.
Okay.
And that's it. And while doing that, you get paid like 50 euros a week. So it's like you pretty much work your ass off. Like, yeah, you're pretty much like a slave to them, like for 2-3 years to pay until like you're dead.
And they have some allegedly.
What? Like you can ask them to sponsor this podcast.
Sponsored by Scientology.
Why not? Like I actually saw the Scientology like thing, like store, like somewhere in Amadora.
Okay.
Like there is like they have hubs in Portugal.
Active.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need to visit.
I've been into one in London because I didn't know what it was. They just put me in. They said, "Oh, do this free test. Learn about yourself." I was like, "Cool, sounds
What
good."
do you mean free?
Like they make you like that's how they rope you in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then they just want to let it go, and then I was like, okay, I'm out of this. But they're pretty persuasive salesmen.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nothing compared to my bamboo pillow sales skills.
What is that?
You were selling a bamboo pillow?
Yeah. Inside grocery stores.
Damn.
Yeah. Like.
How many did you sold?
Like, I was like the
Did you sell? How many?
I was like the top salesperson for like a few different categories.
Let's go.
I like I traveled from Arizona to California, but that was for actually selling car wax.
Nice.
So I sold car wax,
Did
bamboo
you wax
pillows.
the car with your butt or what?
That was my
What
number
was the
one.
secret?
Yeah, I didn't like touch the car with my butt, but like I used some hip maneuvers that probably helped.
Mm-hmm.
Some winking.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes Polish dumplings I would sell as well. But that let me be like the free sample guy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is cool. Feeding the people.
Would you be willing to sell Scientology
I am retired
from selling?
from profit. Yeah.
From profit. But this is for the soul. You don't
True.
understand it.
True. I think I did a pretty good for an outsider. I did a pretty good neutral job with Gemini's help.
Yeah.
Giving the benefits and potential costs. Which some books cost as little as $25.
Right.
It was very interesting your point, like if we look deep enough, like all of us we will agree on something with a certain ideology.
Yeah.
So what if we go and research, let's say, Mr. H?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on.
Mr.
We
H.
could leave that for a different. Yeah.
Well, he had a grandma who I'm sure he loved, and
Right.
I love my grandma.
Yeah, but it's
And
not
my mom.
ideology. It's like
Yeah. We don't know.
I'm sure he meant well when he wanted like, oh, let's
Oh
just
my
like
goodness, bro.
eugenics and
No,
stuff.
but I mean, that was the point of the guy who played like the bad guy in one of Tarantino's films about how he like acted so badly is that like they basically on some level like I don't think that people really think that they are the bad guys, but yet like
Right.
there are like bad guys doing really really bad stuff. So like
Yeah.
how do you actually identify when you are like good or bad? Sometimes history like looks back and you're like, okay, I guess I got really out of control. It was really negative, and that's why we try to like, I don't know, just set up systems that maybe can identify like checks and balances that.
I don't think it's a system problem. I think it's the value problem. So it's like, if your values are actually aligned with that philosophy, it's like, what can you do? If you actually truly just like we were talking about Scientology, Tom Cruise believes with every single fiber in his body, like, yes, Scientology is the thing. You believe this thing is like, this is like the true thing, you know, like this is, like,
even
if
when
your values, like,
I have talked to like a lot of different like religious people over time, you know, and I mean people do usually like put some humility in there. Like a lot of people will often be like, look, like I don't know all the details, but like this like really worked for me because I was like really sincere when I was like approaching approaching it, and that's like very interesting. The difference is like what am I thinking about as like an adult versus like how am I going to approach like a child who doesn't know how to speak yet and like doesn't know how to think about or analyze the world.
Yeah, how will you sell them Scientology?
I mean, no, I mean, like, you don't, I mean, you cannot really, I don't think you should be selling children on, like, any outcome, you know? It's, like, the process of thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, it's hard to describe what the process of thinking is because we do it automatically, kind of.
Like, here's my proposal. It's like, you give the kid a kick in the butt and you get them to go out into the world and discover for themselves.
To talk to all the other insane people
Not
in the
to
world
talk.
that are trying to like imprint their...
Not to talk, but to make mistakes. You go out in the world and you do different things and you make mistakes. And then you try to understand, where do I stand in the middle of all this? Like, me being put in this situation, like in this dilemma, where would I lean? Would I lean towards this side or that side? Right? Where do I stand in this world?
What do you think about the difference between homeschooling and public schooling, private schooling? I mean, there's a huge difference between homeschooling and...
I'm not a big fan of homeschooling. Like, I believe the homeschooling can be complementary. Like, my parents help me with my homework, for example, like, and all of that stuff, which is great. To make sure I did my homework, they would like, I remember my mom would study math ahead of me, like, so she could remember, you know, like refresh her memory. So then when I would get home, she could explain me the next chapter if there's something that I would miss, like that sort of stuff. But the thing is, like, I believe, like, it's very important for us to go and engage with other kids. It's very important for us to have a social circle.
And these days they have like social programs. If you homeschool, they like, it doesn't block you from doing sports or...
Yeah, but do you have a chance to like go out and play with other kids?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
But it maybe depends. Maybe that's something to research because maybe it depends on like what...
Because when I think homeschool, I think of like, okay, somebody elitist and they hire like the best freaking teachers to come to my house, to my huge mansion, to teach my kid like math or whatever. Like, imagine like me like paying for like Nobel Prize mathematician or physicist to come and explain physics to my kid.
Yeah.
It's like this is what I imagine, and then like it's just like me and the teacher, and like there's nobody else.
Yeah, I think it depends on which part of the world you're doing it in, and you know, sometimes you probably have to fight or like push for social integration if you homeschool. But yeah, both are important. Keep an open mind.
Yeah, I think they can be complementary.
Nice. Well, I am ready to go to the next event.
Me too.
Okay, send it.
Good job, guys. Oh yeah.
That was rhythmic.
Woo! Scientology forward. You can